Alright, so we got ourselves another 88 GT video, also known as the Homely G. I'll go ahead and pass it over to Richard.
Old school cool. Can y'all see which way does my hand go? That right there? That's the March Ram Air box. Let's get in there and look at it. So it's taking a little finagling to get this hooked in there. Y'all can tell my alternator is not in there. I had to take the alternator off to get the box in. And my original plan was to connect the C&L TrueFlow elbow to a C&L meter to get it into the box, but that proved to be too short. So that's a 3.5 inch piece of exhaust pipe I've got tying that together. Also, the filter I was going to use, let's see. This is the filter that comes in the March Ram Air kit. It's a 65, I don't know, it may be a 65 millimeter inlet. I'm not using this, I'm using my BBK. My BBK is a 3.5 inch clamp on. So, and it fits the box really tight right in here. Can y'all see that? So the filter goes into the box and it kind of seals off along in here. So that's the progress I've made so far. It's looking cool. Man, oh man, it's been aggravating. Got the whole Ram Air set up, installed, and I can't get my alternator back in place because of this plug. The plug is hitting the box, so that's my problem. I'm wondering if different motor mounts would help. Once I got in there, or I had the motor a little bit crooked, and that may be part of my problem. I don't know. Anyways, the box is on. I don't know if y'all see, yeah, the dryer hose is hooked up, and I've got the scoop down here. I did a little trimming on my bumper to get that on. But anyways, it's all on, and now I can't put my alternator on. Always something, huh? Alright guys, well I have a solution to this problem. This right here is the problem. It's so big, it's hitting on my air box, or the little Ram Air box. So this is what I've done. I've put, I'm sorry, let me get some focus. Anyways, I just put these on there. I've marked the color of the wire and where it goes, and that's going to give me more clearance. I'm not in love with this solution, but it'll work. Also, if you run into something like this where clearance is an issue, they make these where the blade connector and where the wire goes in is at a 90-degree angle. So, you know, anyways. Anyway, that's the update. Let's get this alternator on. Alright guys, it's back up and running, and I hope I'm not talking too loud, but the alternator is charging. Got my voltmeter on there, so my wiring job's good enough for now. My future plan is to put a 3G alternator on it and have it converted to one wire, sample power. So I'm not in love with my wiring job, but it's good enough for now.
Alright, so a quick interjection about the alternator that Richard was talking about. Hang on, I got a text. There we go. I was looking over the footage and I said to myself, or I texted Richard back and said, could you have reclocked the alternator? And he said, you know, I didn't even think of that. So I've never reclocked an alternator. I don't know if it's very easy or not. If you guys have, please let us know what you do. I'd imagine, well, I don't even know. So you tell me. And he'd mentioned those motor mounts, which I thought was funny because he said that the engine was sitting a little bit crooked, and I was there when he installed them, and they were a nightmare. We saved, a couple bucks buying them. They were at Amazon special, and I think I had the same brand on my car, and they were a nightmare putting on mine as well. What he ended up having to do was grind off the dowel, the alignment dowel on the motor mount, and then I think it was the passenger side, whenever we were putting it on. I think we got the front bolt in, but we couldn't get the back bolt in because they just like the holes were not lining up. So Richard, I believe he took a large extension and a hammer and just gave a couple of hard schwacks, very precise too, because he was able to squeeze that motor mount in just enough to where he was able to line up the bolts. It was pretty neat. But yeah, just a tangent. Back over to Richard.
Well, all right, guys, the kit is on, and I haven't had a chance to run it yet and see how it feels. It was a little more of a job than I had anticipated. I had to move my MSD box, and that's on me. I had to do a little wiring trick on the alternator to make enough room to clear. I had to find a piece of 3.5-inch exhaust pipe to connect what I had to the box. Luckily, my BBK air filter worked with the kit. 65 millimeters, what I said there was wrong. That was a 3-inch clamp-on filter, and a BBK that I have is a 3.5-inch clamp-on. So that's like the difference in 75 millimeters at 3 inches, and I guess 3.5 is probably closer to 80. I have to punch the numbers and see. Let's see. I will tell you, I've made a couple runs using my draggy, and the video of that'll be coming out soon. I really like this thing, and with those 2 runs under my belt, I'll be able to see if the Ram Air picks up anything. And the cool thing about the little draggy is it shows your elapsed time and your mile per hour. I do expect to see an improvement in mile per hour. It also shows you what altitude you're at and the DA. So it's a really cool thing. I look forward to getting more use out of it. In the process of doing this, I had to take the wheel off and pull the fender liner out. And in part of that process, I found that my right front caliper brake is dragging. So I'm wondering, excuse me, it's cold out here. I got sniffles. I'm wondering if part of my ET problem is my brakes dragging. So I'm gonna play with that caliper a little bit, see if I can get it to limber up a little bit. I may be replacing the caliper or the line soon. I know it's not a performance thing, but with the brakes dragging, it's not helping me go any quicker. But anyways, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.